you're eating protein, but are you eating it the right way? Most people think they're doing enough, but small mistakes can quietly stop muscle protein synthesis from ever turning on. And if MPS doesn't turn on, you're not building or keeping muscle, no matter how much protein you eat. Today, I'm going to break down the biggest protein mistakes that absolutely kill MPS and show you exactly how to fix them. First, what do you need to know? It's not about how much protein you eat in a day. It's about how much protein you eat per meal. That has to be the shift in mindset. And whether that meal flips the MPS switch, that's what you have to be thinking. Think of it like building with Legos. You might have all the pieces, but unless you have enough red Legos, enough leucine, the light switch is never going to flip on. And the foreman, mTOR, is never going to get the green light to start building muscle and repairing muscle tissue. Most people don't know this. Protein isn't stored in the body the way carbs and fats are. If you don't use it at the right time to build muscle, it gets diverted to other tasks or lost. And even when MPS does turn on, it only stays active for about 1.5 to 3 hours before your body needs to reset and then go on to the next shift. These are things we have to know. The signal must be strong enough at each meal or the muscle building never really starts. That's what you have to understand. So where do most people go wrong? Simple. Mistake number 1, too little protein per meal. Forget about pounds per body weight. Most people are eating 10 to 20 grams per meal, not even close to the 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine, the red Lego you're going to need to turn the light switch on, especially at breakfast, where most people fall way short. To fix it, aim for 25 to 40 grams of protein at every meal. It usually looks like 3 or 4 eggs with yogurt, 6 ounces of chicken, or a full scoop of whey isolate blended protein. All those will turn the light switch on. Here's some real-world examples. Toast and a cheese stick for breakfast, about 12 grams of protein. MPS stays off. A small chicken salad at lunch, maybe 15 grams of protein. MPS still off. An 8-ounce steak at dinner. Now you've hit MPS, you've wasted most of the day, and this one time you're going to turn on MPS and flip the light switch on. The fix is simple. Shift 20 grams of protein out of dinner and distribute it across breakfast and lunch. Now you hit the threshold 3 times a day and you start the compounding of muscle growth and repair. That is the key to this entire equation. Mistake number 2, relying on high protein foods that don't actually work. It's not just about total protein. It's about how much leucine you're delivering. You'll see a lot of people using collagen proteins and protein bars with only 10 grams of protein. Why? None of these really flip the switch on. They're just a marketing tool because protein's the key word right now. They're all way too low in leucine to turn the signal on. If you want to build and upgrade your meals, use a full scoop of whey isolate. Add an egg or a serving of Greek yogurt to your low-leucine meals. Combine smart foods like rice, beans, and tofu for synergy, and that synergy will turn the light switch on, the MPS room goes on, mTOR gets called, and muscle building starts. You don't build muscle by grazing. You build it by eating like you mean it. One full meal at a time. Mistake number 3, not eating enough protein while you're dieting. A calorie deficit naturally increases muscle protein breakdown. And without enough high-quality protein and strength training, the body burns muscle to survive. You see it all the time, especially with the latest craze of GLP-1s. So what's the fix? Eat 25 to 40 grams of protein per meal. Hit MPS at least twice a day to get 90% of the benefits. Lift weights 3 times a week to bring more workers into the MPS room and do more repair and damage. Think of MPS as your insurance policy against muscle loss, especially when calories are low. Mistake number 4, not adjusting your plant-based diets. Plant proteins can be complete, but many are naturally low in leucine. That means you'll need either A, larger portions, or B, smarter combinations in order to hit the leucine threshold and get enough red Legos. Combine foods like tofu and quinoa, lentils and rice. Use plant-based protein powders that deliver at least 2.5 grams of leucine per meal. And aim for 35 to 45 grams of protein when you're more plant-based. Plant-based can absolutely work, but you have to be strategic about how you use it and really be thinking in terms of meals. Mistake number 5, only flipping the MPS on once a day. Even if you eat 100 grams of protein a day, most of it's at dinner for most people, and you'll only trigger MPS once. Huge mistake. That's like trying to build a house but only sending the crew at midnight. It's not going to work. You're not enough to hit the daily limits. You have to flip the switch at every meal. And I know I'm saying it over and over and over and driving you crazy, but this is what we don't get. And all we hear about on YouTube is how many grams? 0.4, 0.7, 1.0 times your body weight in protein every day. Nonsense. You have to shift your thinking to thinking about per meal. Turn on MPS at least twice a day. That gives you 90% of all the benefits you're going to get from MPS. 3 times a day, 95. 4 times a day, that's really just for serious bodybuilder, people want to put on muscle, but that gets you to 100%. Now, you ever wonder, if I eat 60 grams of protein in one meal, is it wasted? The answer is absolutely positively not. It's not wasted. It's just that after you flip on the MPS switch, your body uses extra amino acids for other critical jobs, repairing connective tissue, producing enzymes and hormones, building hair, skin, nails, supporting your immune system and gut function, fueling a liver detox and neurotransmitter production. Your body is using amino acids for all kinds of things. The protein is absolutely positively not wasted. It's just not used in MPS. It has many important jobs, and MPS is only one of them. So here's a simple plan to get it right. Rule of thumb, eat 25 to 40 grams of protein at each meal. Eat every 3.5 to 5 hours so you can keep turning MPS on. Prioritize high-leucine sources. And please, strength train to recruit and protect the workers and getting into the MPS room. You don't build muscle by guessing. You build it by hitting the right signal. Protein is the material. Leucine is the light switch. Strength training brings in the crew. Get them all working together and the results will compound for life. That's the concept. Stop thinking about grams per day. Start thinking about meals that flip the MPS switch. Consistency builds muscle. Precision keeps it. This is how you keep the results forever. This isn't about hacks. It's about rewiring how you think. If that's what you're here for, subscribe, hit the bell, and let me know what resonated.